Hello, 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 and welcome to the Unspoken Heart Discussion Hour. We have a sweet treat to present to you later. Our next guest, and we have a tasty discussion today. And as you see, the phone lines are open. So if you have any comments, questions, or suggestions, feel free to call in, and you can voice your opinion. But right now, what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and bring in our casting crew. All the way from Austin, Texas, I present to y'all our co-host Dwight Robinson. Assistant co-host Denise. And our speaker, Keisha. Hello, hello, beautiful people.
Hello.
How we doing?
Hello.
How we doing?
Oh,
Cold.
oh.
Cold? Yeah, it is freezing. I ain't been outside all day today, but some people don't go out in the cold unless they have to. I want to say hello to everybody over there on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and Facebook. Thank y'all for tuning in. Make sure after the show, y'all could go to YouTube channel, like, share, and comment. Thank you so much. So today we're going to have a discussion on sugar daddies. And I'm gonna go over to our assistant co-host, and I want him to give us, because some people, they be like, okay, we really don't know what sugar daddies is, because I mean, you have your guys that are older that date younger women, you have your older women that date, and I mean, we talked about the cougars already, but in your opinion, like, what do you consider to be a sugar daddy? He got to take a drink on that.
Sugar daddies, as they say, is an older man that like younger women, and as a sugar daddy, he pay her bills, and she give him something in return, like sex or what have you. So basically, that's what we know as sugar daddy as, an older dude that has money, bills paid, or he gives some extra money, help these young girls out here to get their hair done, their nails done, and when they need something, or a car fix or something paid, they say, I'm gonna call my sugar daddy. And sugar daddy, I'm on my way. You know what you gotta do when I get there, and you'll get this money. So basically, that's what sugar daddy is. How many of y'all have sugar daddies?
Don't need one. Now we're gonna get the female side. We're gonna ask Denise her opinion on what you consider a sugar daddy.
Well, just pretty much the same thing. Well, from my time, not putting my age out there before they brought out that Viagra. Um, sugar daddies just want to just touch and pay your bills. That's all they wanted because they couldn't do nothing else.
Yeah. Now I know everybody tends to have their own opinion on what they consider a sugar daddy. And I mean, I guess, when they say sugar baby, it's like, okay, this is a sugar baby, that's the sugar daddy. But in your opinion, Keisha, because I know everybody got their own perception about what that title is. What do you consider a sugar daddy?
Pretty much the same. An older gentleman that, he'll date younger women, pretty much, use his funds to get their hair done, pay their bill. I know it was a couple of sugar daddies down at Texas State, and that was the thing. If you got a sugar daddy, he was going to help pay your tuition. He was going to help feed you. And all you had to do was go on a couple of dates with him, show up, look nice. So, I mean, they're not looking for no relationship. They, when they need you, you need to be there. You know what you got to do. So,
Right. You know what you got to do. Yeah.
Yeah, so in other words, I mean, if you're gonna have a sugar daddy, you gotta be at his beck and call, is what y'all saying.
Something like that. Yeah.
So if she wants to be taken care of per se, then she's got to meet all his needs. Because I mean, I know we say sometimes benefits, friendship with benefits, but do you consider when you say sugar daddy, do you consider that a relationship?
and now that's a work arrangement.
Okay. Okay. Yep.
I
Yeah.
mean, but sometimes, feelings can get involved. But the sugar daddy has to know that that is not his main woman. She probably got her a younger dude her age. You are supplying the money. She will give you your favors, but you putting up big money. You getting hair done. You paying car notes, paying daycare, buying school. You doing the whole kit and caboodle for that little bit of time that she gonna give you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I hear you. I hear you.
No strings attached. No strings attached.
So it's almost like a verbal contract in a way, would you say? Like when you say sugar daddy, okay, I have to meet your needs, but you got to meet me on these needs that I have. So if you want me to have a place to wash up and to live and sleep, then I got to provide you a service, more or less is what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is, I don't know, to me, I don't know how to think it because maybe Dwight can answer this because I don't understand. Well, when they say the older woman with the younger man, they call her a cougar. So why is she under the title of an animal, but he's under the title of sugar daddy? What is your opinion on that?
When women get themselves that title, they don't want to start calling themselves cougars. They say, well, men call themselves sugar daddy. I'm gonna call myself a cougar. I think some women they look at themselves being a sugar mama because they do. You don't hear it that much, but you do hear the term sugar mama sometimes. You hear some of the young men say, I'm about to call my sugar mama to get that PlayStation 5. I know what I gotta do, so I'm gonna go ahead and do and put this work in so I can get what I'm trying to get. But cougars, I believe, came uh, from what I remember. Women when it first came out, they said that was a lady that was talking about, it, and they started identifying themselves as cougars. Going after the cubs. I'm like, damn, okay, cougars, you're going after cubs, but they
Yep.
just want to do something different. Since the men was using sugar daddy, they wanted to use cougars, so they came
No,
up with cougars.
but the men, you have to remember also that the women, because the men call themselves sugar daddies, and the other one called them, the females call them sugar mamas. Don't forget about that.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Okay, since you brought that point out, Denise, then in your own words, what do you think the difference is between being a sugar mama and a cougar?
There is no difference.
Mm-mm. Just a name, that's all. It's just a different name. Same
Women,
thing, different names.
yeah, women can be called sugar mamas, but most of the time women don't have the same problem as sugar daddies.
Okay.
Yeah, most sugar daddies at the time before the Viagra, they had EED.
Mm. Yeah, well, she just speaking the truth.
They had problems. That's why they was able to dish out the money the way they did. But
They was dishing out before the pills came out because if you have a sugar, if a man have a girl and he's a sugar daddy, that means she got to take it wherever is up or down. The pills just gonna be out there with, but you do your job, you get that little money on this side, get your nails and pay your rent. So
yeah,
yeah,
you're right.
Yeah, if he can't perform, he still gotta pay. That's his problem.
Exactly. That's your
Because she's still
problem.
providing a service, whether it's conversation, going out to dinner.
Right.
You know, she still has.
Some of them just want the company and you know the
No,
companionship. It ain't all about the Viagra all the time.
Yeah, well,
it ain't always about that. They just a lot of them just want
99.9% is about the other thing. They won't come. They can hang out with their boys. We're gonna go shoot pool. We're gonna hang out. Look at that. Call the girl in. You got one assignment. Get in there. Let's make it happen. You got your money for your bills, wherever you need it for. If I don't just hang out, yo, Joe, what you doing? Hey, Pete, what you doing?
But I heard some people had some shit. I know some people back in the day, they had a sugar daddy. And they say all he wants to do is touch on my, and then he give me some money.
Yes, but you still getting some goodies, touching or not. You touch, whatever. You gotta do a little
all
something.
All he wants to do is touch the lady's body parts. And then he happy.
Hey. Well, that baby all they need.
Yeah, because I knew somebody that they was like, well, all he wants me to do is to dress up and to walk around. That's all he want to do, and then he pays me. He pays my bills. So I guess each one has their own preference or what their liking is. But I mean, I'm a ask this because he's a father and he has a daughter. Dwight, how would you feel, in your opinion, being a father? Your daughter comes to you and say, "Dad, I have a sugar daddy."
Well, I'll be shocked. First of all, I'll be shocked. I wouldn't really like it. I mean, me personally, I wouldn't like it. But if she's grown, there's nothing I can do about it. But I would let her know, hey, you don't need no sugar daddy. Your daddy's in your life, and you need help paying the bill. I'll help you with that. If that's the case, that's what you need. But yeah, I don't think most men wouldn't want their daughters dating a sugar daddy, a man about their age or older, doing things to them and everything. Men be like, ooh, no, but no, I wouldn't like it at all. So I would maybe encourage her to stop seeing the man or what have you. If she needs money, you got a real life daddy. I'll try to help you with that. But no, I wouldn't be happy with it. Most men would tell you that have children, especially they have daughters, they'll tell you, hell no, I'm not down with that. And then some people would say, well, you seeing a girl about your daughter age, and you say, well, let her daddy worry about that. I mean, I'm just doing me. But no, I wouldn't like it. So, it's no. No.
Yeah, and I mean, I can reverse that, and just like I'm a mother, and I'm very protective about my sons, and it's like, my son one day came to me and said, "Well, Mom, what if I am into older women?" And I said, "Then we got problems." Because no, we're not doing that. But what we're going to do, we're going to take a short break, and we're going to come back, and we're going to talk more on this subject here. So y'all stay tuned. head bowed to land. Through my fingers fall the silky sand. Eyes pause lifeless without a moment's blink. Put in mind it halts time to patiently think. What seed did I sow in my life's causing reap? Leaving heart's hour passing so deep. To be loved, cherished, and protected from all harms. Drawed closely, buried deep within his arms. On bended knee, gently placing tender kisses. These are the images a woman sincerely misses. But in her devotion, what was to gain? Just to be inflicted from years of pain? Vowing never again and giving her heart away. Allowing him entrance, then going astray. While laying back, yielding nature her needs to tend. Whispering winds exhale her towards sunset end. Would not stop.
I haven't been, because I haven't been invited yet.
My hurting became a habit. It was tragic that I wanted to cut and stand.
Hey, you pervert. You coward. Do you think you add integrity and respect?
As y'all seen, we have the poetry contest going on. We are taking entries as of now. And we actually added a new category, which some people do not know. The plaques just made it in today. So the awards are 3 plaques, a trophy, but we also received in a trophy for another category, which very interesting. We are now doing the children. So the children will be on a different category. They will receive a trophy. And we just ask that y'all just either can send the video to the unspoken heart 70 at AOL.com, or you can send it directly into my messenger inbox and we can enter it in. We do have different judges for each category that will be judging for these categories, including the children. So if y'all interested, hurry up, get y'all videos in. Your videos can be up to 4 minutes. 4 minutes long, and we ask that it's not too explicit, but we do have the categories. Pay attention to my posts as I post them up. You'll see the different categories and everything that we're judging on. That will be as you see, it's an example of the trophy that we're waiting on now. This haven't came in yet. This is the actual trophy that's going to be made out of this material, which is also glass. So that is the powerful poet of the year. So that'll be the trophy that will be issued for that poet there. And to be the powerful poet of the year, you have to have every category in one. So that judge in that category is going to be looking for everything. So if you are interested, please contact me or send your videos to my inbox on Facebook Messenger. Um, okay, there she is. Okay. Now, what I want to talk about now is that when you say sugar daddies, how do you think these, well, first we're going to ask is, why do you feel that these men had to have these younger women as sugar babies? What do you think
I
their
think they
reason?
just tired of the older women. New women bring new adventure. You know, they young, they got energy, they spontaneous. A lot of these young women, they don't have no boundaries, so they just do whatever. So, and they don't mind having an older man.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yep.
And Denise?
I've heard it over and over again. I just like them young and ripe.
I can't with you. I can't with you.
But it's true. They want these. They always say this is what they say. I've heard it from older men. They say that the young women, comparing it to the older women, saying that the old women are too dry and the younger women are nice and ripe and tight and all this kind of stuff and just pretty and young and uninhibited.
Okay, we're gonna go to Dwight because I see that head going, yeah and no. So Dwight, you're muted, but why do you think that an older man feels like that he has to step in position as a sugar daddy?
Well, most of what Teresa's saying, and definitely was something that Keisha said, older men, one older guy, he put it to me like this. He said, you know how you have a fresh toothpaste and you can take the toothpaste and you can barely touch it and get on your toothbrush? I said, yeah. He said, that's a young woman. An old woman, you know how the toothpaste is all gone, you got to keep squeezing and get something out of it? Yeah. Well, that's an older woman. I want something that's fresh, something that can make me feel young again. You know, something, in other words, yeah, the young girls do things that most of the older women don't do. And that turns the older men on. They like that. They like that energy. They like the young girls being wild with them and doing freaky kind of things that the older women say, well, I don't do that no more, or I can't do that. And so you have a lot of older men that get excited. It's just like driving a brand new car, and you get a brand new car and you drive, you're so excited. And that's what some of the men compare it to. And they just want something that's going to put more bang in their life. And yeah, a pretty young thing, as Michael Jackson said, a pretty young thing would do that.
So the older women supposed to be the dry part of the toothpaste. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, he said you can barely get anything out of them. The juice is all gone. Ain't nothing there no more. So they need something that you can just touch and it just overflows and stuff. So that's how you know. Not my words. From the old men I talk to now. That's what they say.
He said, "Time out,
Not
safety
my
zone."
My words. Old men I talk to say that. So yeah. So you know. Yeah, I mean, I can see what they're saying. You know, they get excited. Okay, I'm not to go off the thing I see at my job. Just a few days ago, I saw a man in his 70s out with this girl that looked like she's about 25 years old. And we know what's going on. You know, ain't no young. Now some young women do love older men, but feel like he was a sugar daddy because they was out there late, you know, doing whatever they're doing. None of my business, but that's going on around a lot. You see them, and it's a holiday, so you're gonna see a lot of sugar daddies buying their girls presents and things such as. So, yeah, yeah.
So we still toothpaste. Okay.
Yeah, toothpaste. Yeah. Hey, you know.
Tell bro he could have used a different example. Okay. But I'm gonna say, you know, me personally, when I look at an older man that's looking for a younger woman, to me, in some circumstances, they see these women that are gullible. They see some of these women that are easy to persuade. and they see also the younger woman that is not as mature as the older woman, to where their perspective on life and tolerance is totally different, to where this younger woman is going to put up with this crap, but the older woman is like, I'm not dealing with that. you know so I know I'm gonna say some older men like that, because sometimes when I look at it, I'm like, okay, that's the same age as your daughter. Why would you want somebody same age as your daughter?
My daughter.
And see, they know that some of these younger women, their mindset is like, oh, I want a nice house, I want a nice car, I like to dress up. So they know that this money will lure them in order to get them where they want them. And
well, Spicy, it's not all about the money, it's about the credit. See, that's the
mhm,
new one. You gotta have some good credit. See,
yeah. And so, I'm gonna say also, they know some of the older women, we're not as flexible as we used to be. You know what I'm saying? So, it's like,
Some of us.
they look at the fact that they want somebody that's not gonna tell them no, that's gonna be just spunky, like Teresa said, the way they want them, you know. But even if it requires them to take Viagra, but I'm like, I don't know. That's just crazy to me, because
yeah, now Spicy, they got that blue, that orange pill. The old men they out there, and the women, and to tell you the truth, the young women, they love it. They like the older men give them. So they all about the money.
Yeah, so we see there's different reasons why a man want to step into the position of a sugar daddy, because like I said, it has to do with one, control, not having the hassle of somebody that's not going to put up with their BS, like that. I want to say little girl, but that young woman want to sit at home, and she's not going to argue with him, and she questioned him. He said, look, I'm not going to discuss this. This is it. She'll be quiet, because she know that's going to cut off our finances, But like with an older woman now, they're more independent. They're more grown. So where they're like, boy, you can go on. I can take care of myself. Yeah. Yeah, so I really don't understand it, but what are the different ways that you think that they find in order to find these young women? Do they go out scouting, or do they put advertisement? Because just like they put dating sites up, do they have something like that? Because I know on Facebook I seen there's private groups that's called sugar daddies. So I don't know if that's the way to where they invite young women in, or they choose certain young women. I don't know. What do y'all think? Because I mean, I don't know how they go by becoming a sugar daddy. I know one, you gotta have money. So we'll go to Keisha and see what she has to say about that.
Now the question is, how do they become a sugar daddy?
Yeah, how do they lure these women in becoming the sugar daddy?
Flashy, they cars, pretty much just their money in their cars. Looks count. I would say those things. Conversation, because if I'm looking for a sugar daddy, that's what I'm gonna be looking for. You gotta look good. Flashy car, money, house. I'm going for all of it.
What's wrong with you?
Yeah.
I go for all of them. Yeah.
Well, if I'm gonna be doing all that extra, then it ain't just about no money. It's gonna have to be I'm going for all of it.
Yeah. So, Dwight, what kind of characteristics do you think that a sugar daddy has to possess in order to lure these young women in, so that he can step into their life as the sugar daddy?
Spice, I'm gonna tell you, like, sugar daddies hang at the club. And if you buy women a lot of drink, and then you like, what you want to drink, and she tells him what she want to drink, and he's doing this, oh, let me see what I got. So that's the bait. So if she takes the bait, he already know what time it is. He knows she wants money. So he buys her a couple of drinks. They start talking, and he asked her, are you looking for? And they come up, the men will come up straight out and say, I'm looking for somebody I can, get with and pay some bills for. And usually 9 out of 10, some of the young girls, they like that. And like you said, it's a site for sugar daddy, but you can find sugar daddies at the HEB's grocery store. They be at your club. And then that's why people say, why you see a lot of old men at these nightclubs? They out fishing, they out shopping for a young girl to be somebody they can get with because they don't want to be home with their wives or they're tired of their wives and they're looking for a young woman that they can spend some money on. And you could be ugly, whatever, it doesn't matter. You got a lot of this. They're gonna, they got a lot of women out there. They like to get their nails and hair done, especially young girls. And it don't take much for you to become a sugar daddy. You see what I'm saying? I can go out there, hey girl, you want your nails done, this and this. And then if she into it, boom, she becomes somebody's sugar daddy. So it's not that hard to become a sugar daddy. It's really not. It's real easy to do. So as long as
You
you got a
know,
little money, you do
it reminds me of the test on I guess he's a TikToker or the YouTuber, and he goes
it.
around to test women to see if they gold diggers.
Oh
So
yeah, I've seen that.
so it's just almost the same where he be going out scouting, like, okay, I think she's an easy target.
Mhm.
Throwing that conversation. She's young. She likes to dress. She likes nice cars. You know, so it's like, I guess, like you said, it starts with conversation.
Conversation, yep.
Because it's just like my girl to say, don't never think a man is dumb. He knows what's a good woman and what's not. He knows a weak woman to a strong woman.
Yeah.
You know, and because I used to wonder, like, I would go out with the girls and I'm like, well, they would never holler at me, but they holler at my girls. She said, okay, I seen your girls. She said, they know what kind of woman you are. And that intimidates them, or that they're not ready for that yet. So they go for the one that is easier for them. And this was back when I was in high school, I think, because I forgot the name of the club. I want to say Illusions. I'm not for sure. I can't remember. But I know it was far. It was a famous club back when we was in high school. But I mean, it's like, it's like you got to understand that it's the mindset of a female. Now you have some females that they be like, boy, go on, you as old as my daddy, But then you had those girls, as soon as, like Dwight said, they flash that money out. As soon as they see money, they're like, oh, he got money. Or they see that car, like, oh, he must got money. Look at that car. So you got to think about that, And I mean, do you think sometimes that when it comes down to a sugar daddy, that he preferred to have a sugar baby because he do not want the entitlements behind a relationship?
I think so.
Okay, I'm gonna go over to Keisha. Yeah, Keisha.
Commitment there.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to Keisha, and then we'll go to Denise on the insight on that part there.
Okay, my daughter was listening. I was out pumping gas. And what was the question?
Said, do you think sugar daddies get sugar babies so you don't have to have a committed relationship? It's something.
I don't think they want a committed. To me, a sugar daddy, he doesn't want a committed relationship. Period. If we talking about actual babies?
No, what, they young?
You talking about sugar daddies when they get these young women?
Yeah, they don't want no commitment. Because at 9 times out of 10, if they got more than one young girl anyway, they're not. She's not the only one. As big as his money is, and if he got a lot to share, then he's gonna have more than one.
Okay.
It ain't gonna be just one. So he ain't trying to commit nowhere.
I agree with that. Because it also goes behind, like I said, the headaches behind an actual woman that has her stuff together, and that's tolerance labels different than a younger woman. Now, Denise, what is your idea on that?
Well, my idea on that, I agree with Keisha on that one. But there's levels to it. There's levels to it because we have the rich one, we have the one that's kind of like they got some money but not really got it like that, and then you got the Social Security benefit people. So what I'm saying is, one man will give up his Social Security for a little bit of tail, and the other man, he will budget his. But if he got a wife, she's gonna find out And the rich man, he just don't give a damn. He just gonna go ahead and get as many as he needs. There's levels to it.
Something to think about.
Mm-hmm.
Really, something to think about. Now, Dwight, what do you think about that? Because I mean, you have to look at it. If he got a sugar baby, there's a possibility he could have sugar babies.
Yeah.
Especially
I agree.
if he's rich.
Yeah, I agree with Keisha and Teresa on that. I mean, he's gonna have more. Like she said, some of them have more than one sugar baby. Sugar. Some women, especially if the type he have, they're not that hard to please. You buy her a dress, get her nails done, get her feet done, pay a light bill or a phone bill. They're good with that. And some of them they'll pay their car note. It just depends on which sugar daddy you get, and then it's what the sugar babies are actually looking for and everything. I don't know if y'all know Country. I think I'm saying his name, Country Wayne. He does a great skit on sugar daddies. I mean, I'm cracking up laughing because as a sugar, what he shows, that's what sugar daddies do, and this is how these women be acting just like that. They have sugar daddy, and I be cracking up rolling and everything. But it's really about the money. Like Teresa said, doesn't matter if they're rich, average, or poor, whatever you can pay for them, a phone bill, water bill, put food in their house. Like I said, and that man come in there and put that money down, then he'll look at you and say, well, I'm gonna be back here around 2 or 3 o'clock. Make sure those kids are asleep. It's gonna be wicked. I mean, so, but yeah, he had more than one sugar baby. That's for sure.
I never thought about that. But before we go to break, because we're gonna come back and we're gonna talk about the sugar babies. Now, when it come down to here, because these women don't always stay young.
They'll toss it.
So my thing is what does he do as she get older? Do he just exchange her out like an old pair of shoes, or does he keep her on and add on to the collection until she actually sags?
It depends. If she the type of sugar baby that keep his toes curled up, he ain't letting her go no time soon. But if she getting older and he's like, well, I've been with her for a few years, it's the same. I'm gonna trade her in for a new ride. Yeah, he'll trade her for a new ride. And then, but if she's the type that keep him smiling for some reason, or with that extra that she does for him, he ain't let her go no time soon. You know what I'm saying? So,
because it kind of remind you of rest in peace, Hugh Hefner.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now he had a house full of bunnies.
Oh, he had a house full of bunnies. Yeah. They say he's one of the luckiest men in the world. That man, when he died, I don't know exactly how he died, but I'm pretty sure he died with a smile on his face.
No, he died.
Oh, could have been like on Color Purple, on top of me.
Exactly.
He just died of old age, naturally.
Yeah. Because it's like, is there an age limit to these sugar babies, or to where he's like, okay, you now in your 30s, and it's time for me to bring somebody else in?
Well, not really. The 30s are still young. Even early
your 50s are still young. What you talking about?
But it just depends on how she looks. Yeah, it depends on how she looks. So if she's making, like I said, if she's making him smile and he ain't kicked the bucket or nothing like that, he'll keep her around for a long time. Regardless if she start getting older, it's what she does for him. Even though he's not married to her, they have the arrangement. But if they have a good bond with each other, she can be around for a good minute before he kicked the bucket. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, we're going to take a short break, and we're going to come back with talking about the sugar babies, because we want to know like the character of them, the mental status, and what is their position like. Right after this here.
Sugar babies.
That's right. That's right. As y'all see, next Saturday we will be having Mikey J. He be coming in with his cast and crew of his upcoming film, Sugar Daddy.
Mhm.
So today was a discussion, and we're gonna bring him in because he actually made a film out of Sugar Daddy, and I'm excited. I'm so excited to hear about this. To actually, I want to see it. I mean, it's interesting to me that somebody actually making a movie out of it. I mean, there's probably other movies out there, but this one here, I can't wait. I can't wait. So y'all stay tuned. Make sure you don't miss. Put your notifications on because the movie producer, director will be in the house right here on the Unspoken Heart Discussion Hour.
Mhm.
And it will be next week. It will be me and Denise. We'll be interviewing. I think it's gonna be four of them, including Mikey, on the screen. So we're gonna try to make room for the other cast crew. I don't know yet how many he's going, who all he's gonna appoint to be here. So just make sure you tune in. And Teresa got something that she got to start building up and bring those questions in and hit them with
Yeah.
it. So we're gonna have some fun with it. So y'all make sure y'all tune in. Now, we didn't talk about the sugar daddy. Now, some people might call her a gold digger. Now, I'm gonna go down, since it's a female stance, I'm gonna go down and I'm gonna ask Denise, in your opinion, give the definition of a sugar baby.
It's just what you said. A sugar baby is a low level gold digger. Yeah, she's a gold digger. I mean, all she wants is the money, and she don't care. Yeah, low key. I would call low key prostitution.
And we'll go over to Keisha.
Well, a sugar baby to me, they pretty much the same thing. They just want the money. You know, if it's a flashy situation where like you're getting to go to all these events and you're getting exposure, you're still gold digging because you can gold dig in other ways more than money.
Mm-hmm.
So for the fame, for the lifestyle or whatever, but it's definitely not for love. It has nothing to do with love. It's what you're gonna get out of it. And then when he's done with you, then you'll just move on to somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with them, man, about the sugar babies. And we did say that sugar daddies have more than one sugar baby. Same thing with the sugar babies. They got more, some of them got more than one sugar daddy. I definitely agree with Keisha and Teresa about that. It's all about the money. Like I said, it's the arrangement, for certain favors. People sometimes they try and compare it to, I guess, prostitution, if you want to say, because you're doing a certain act to get paid, and he getting a service, and you getting your bills done away, paid or whatever. But that just, I think, to me, that's just a kind of cleaner word just to say sugar babies and sugar daddies, because if you really look at it, you know, you go into his house, y'all meeting up at a hotel, y'all take care of your business, you
Mm-hmm.
get paid, and he go home to whatever, and that's it. So basically, you look at it, that's basically what it is. So, you know, it's just a different word of prostitution.
I can't with you. Yeah, but you do have these women that be like, look, I want a man with money. I don't if a man don't have money, if he can't do for me, then he can't be with me. And you do have those young girls that have that young mindset. But I mean, do you feel sometime also that, I mean, this could be, I'm not gonna say it's an excuse, but do you think sometime that maybe she, like we say sometimes that where some girls go after older men because they never had their father figure there. Do you think sometimes that could be the situation as well? I'm gonna go over to the co-host first.
Yeah, I agree with that. A lot of them do. They miss that bond they have with a father, and some of them do. Very few of them do. They look at an older man as a certain father figure and everything, and some of them would tell you that. I mean, I got hit on some young girls, and they even told me that, and I'm like, you know, you young, you need to move on. But I had maybe two of them that told me that they like older men because they didn't have a older man in their life, a father, nothing like that. So in some cases, they look at it different. Besides getting money, they just want that closeness that they never got as when they was young ladies and everything. So yeah, you catch very few like that, but yeah, you do have some of them. It's something simply as just wanting to be around an older man because it just makes them feel different. Something they wanted as young ladies that the father was never in their life. So yeah, go that way. Mhm.
Keisha?
Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm driving. I think I'm gonna agree with what Dwight said. A lot of females that are missing that father in the home, they start very young and they usually go for men that are older because they're looking for that nurturing, almost like they want somebody to raise them. And
Yeah.
they, just like how a father would approve of everything or disapprove of what you do, that's what they're looking for. So yeah, a lot of women can get caught up in that. Young ladies can get caught up in that too. And I don't even know if there's a solution or a remedy for it.
Mm.
Mhm.
Well, I agree with everybody saying. And a lot of that stuff is exactly what everyone's been saying. It's either they have daddy issues, daddy's not in their life, or daddy's not treating them well, or But there's ways of getting around it as far as mental state. It's called a therapist, um, and they need help because if they're looking young girls like you heard about the past 30. I know y'all remember the last show we did on an old man dating a
Oh yeah.
little girl,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna call her little girl because that's what her mindset was.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that these older men know what they're doing. They preying on these young girls. They use them up, and when they get tired of looking at them, they dump them to the side. But the girls don't understand that's what's going to happen. That's usually that is on I would say 90% of the case of the time. These young women, when they get older, they're going to get dumped.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Now, on the sugar daddy and sugar baby part, is there a possibility that one of them could end up catching feelings and emotions and want more?
Oh yeah, I've
And
heard of it. I've seen
so,
it happen.
how have you witnessed it turning out when it comes down to something like that?
Well,
Anybody?
it could be one sided for sure.
Mm-hmm.
It could be one side for sure, either for the man or the woman. The man, sometimes the man will be wanting the little sugar baby, and he don't want that because she's got a boyfriend. You just the money pot,
Mm-hmm.
and it can also be vice versa. She can want him, but he don't want to commit to nothing because he got a
Mm.
wife.
Right, right, right. I agree. And Keisha, what do you think about that?
I think they can both do it. But a lot of older men, young women, their minds aren't mature, so they make irrational decisions. They do things that just don't make sense. They'll tear up your stuff, tear up your house. They don't care because they're young and their minds are not mature enough to handle all situations. So some men will run from the younger woman based on that. And then
Mm,
on the other hand, the man wants to settle down, but the woman she's not ready. And
mm,
he's not what she wants. She wants his money, but he's not, she don't want him walking on her side like that and taking her to her young friends and to young parties. She don't want that.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with Keisha and Teresa on that, on what they just said, because that does happen. But in some cases, uh, it's the young girls that sometimes leave after being with the sugar dad for so long. They, they kind of look at younger men because even though she was a sugar dad and the sugar dad giving them money, some women, being with an older dude, they look at them different. They start seeing men they age and they feel more sexual attracted to the men their own age. And usually they'll cut the sugar dad off and say, hey, it's been fun. You give me a lot of money, but I want to roll with this man that's around my age. And a lot of sugar daddies don't want to hear that. So they try to double the money up. Well, stay with me and I'll double it up. Some of them say, okay, well, since you're going to double it up, I'll stay. In some cases, they like, well, no, I'm good. And they'll leave. Because y'all got to remember,
Mm-hmm.
this is a contract. There ain't supposed to be no feelings. You can, in some cases, they might catch it, but this is an arrangement. You know,
Mm-hmm.
pay your bills. We had some fun. That's it. I'm not going to your family functions. I'm not doing this with you or whatever. But in very rare cases, now you mean very rare cases, you might get some that catch feelings and everything. So it can go either side and everything. But this is what you sign up for when you get with somebody that's a sugar baby or somebody as a sugar daddy. So you
Mm-hmm.
throw the dice and see where they land at. So that's what happened.
And I have to agree with that because you got to look at both sides. Because you're looking at an older man, a lot of your older men are set in their ways. So if he's set to where he's like, look, I'm not looking for a relationship. I'm just looking for somebody to fulfill my needs, when I need to go out to do this, and I could just shower with gifts. But anything else, I don't want that because I've been there, done that. I just want to chill and do me. But then on the flip side, you do have those women that be like, I'm not looking for a relationship. I'm not trying to be tied down. If he gonna give it, then I'm gonna put it out.
I'm gonna take.
Exactly.
You know,
Exactly.
you gotta look at that both sides when you enter into something like that. But I mean, there is the case where you can find somebody that eventually would fall into emotions in a
Mm-hmm.
situation like that. I mean, you can't count it out, but you got to make sure that y'all have the same mindsets and y'all have the same wants because you got to look at she is young and she
Mm-hmm.
still have more of her life than he does to live.
That's right.
He's more settled and he's more established and she's more dependent on him because when I say dependent is because you're depending on him even though you're providing service to take care of you, to provide you a home, to provide you a car, clothes, money in the pockets, trips, everything. So she's dependent on him. If you don't give it, then I'm going to the next.
That's right.
Just like
Yeah.
what did some of those women say? I got to be able to be kept. You
That's
know,
right.
so you got to look at that, and to each his own. I just couldn't see living like that. I don't knock nobody that got their own game, but it just couldn't be my lifestyle. Not for me.
No.
Mhm.
Even when I was younger, it was just like, you know,
Mhm.
my daddy your age. I don't know. there, there-
Woo.
there's no way. But it's I don't know what kind of life is a happy life or sad life, But to me, it's like, how can it be a happy life when this is somebody you're not planning on spending the rest of your life with?
Mhm. They know what they're getting into when they sign up for that on both sides. They know
Yeah.
it's an agreement. They know what they're getting into.
Now,
Uh,
with her being so young, what are the things that she can run into, as in, especially when it comes down to him having older children?
it'll probably be a lot of mess going on because I'm pretty sure if the sugar daddy have a daughter around his age, the daughter's not gonna like it. And
Mm-hmm.
that can be a problem for her because I think most girls that has fathers and they're not gonna like somebody who's taking their daddy's money and the girl and the daughter knows it's just for money. She's not
Mm-hmm.
gonna like it. You
Mhm.
That's
know,
true.
the daughter might have feelings about it because she wants the dad and the mama maybe to get together if they separated or wherever the case may be. So it can get messy from time to time and everything. That had happened a couple of times with the sugar baby and the sugar daddy's daughter. So it can get messy sometimes.
True,
That's what
true.
get
I
messy.
agree with that.
Mhm.
Because you gotta look at, they looking at, okay, my daddy's rich. He's got this, mansion. He got this many cars. He got this money in the bank. And you think you just gonna come in and woo him in and then think you gonna take over?
Mm-mm.
Because I have seen a situation where a sugar daddy did leave the sugar baby something.
Yeah, put it in the wheel, Spicy. Put it in the wheel.
Yeah, but the kids took her to court though. I don't know if they won or what, but they took her to court and fought it.
Wow.
So I
Hmm.
mean, you gotta look at there's gonna be some headaches. That's why I was like, if you're gonna be a sugar baby, maybe y'all should keep it on the down low.
Exactly. Yeah.
But
Mhm.
but there's not always a bad situation with the sugar daddy, sugar babies, stuff like that. Sometimes you can have it where the sugar daddy and the sugar baby is treating him very, 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 very well.
Hmm.
Taking care of him and everything.
But you have those kids that still will be like, that's their dad. They're
Yeah,
protective about their daddy.
but they have those ones where the reason why the sugar baby's there is because the kids are not.
Yeah,
True.
okay, well, yeah, that's true.
That's the
Could
point.
be like that. That's a
Especially if
good
you got
point.
medical issues or whatever.
And she's
Mhm.
keeping him happy.
Yeah.
Mm.
What do you think
Yeah.
about that, Keisha?
Yeah, well, if she left him, if he left her something, she was probably more than a just a regular old sugar baby. She meant something to him. Now,
Mm,
whether the kids approved of it or not, at that point it didn't matter. I think I heard of that case, and I don't know the outcome, but if she if he left her something, she meant more to him because she
mm.
wasn't just some old regular meet up here and there and do whatever. So, but you're gonna run into that because I wouldn't want my daddy dating somebody younger than me because then it is gonna be a problem.
Yeah, I said there's
So
gonna be some problems.
it's gonna be a problem. So I completely understand that.
Yeah, because I mean, you gotta look at a lot of the daughters. They're very protective about their dads, and to
Mhm.
say that to have a woman of my age come in and think that she's gonna take over,
Mm.
mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
Or even
Uh,
to say, oh, you just want my dad for money. You don't want him for nothing else, you know. And you gotta look at that because you do have those daughters. That's very protective about their dads.
Mm-mm.
yeah. Yeah. So, like I said, it can cause a big headache, a big mess.
Yeah, which I'm glad. Mm-mm.
Gotta go, man. What happened to my sugar baby? You don't need her, daddy. I got rid of her. Why you do that for, girl? What you do that for?
Kept me happy.
Yeah. So let me ask this because we heading towards the end of the show. Keisha and Denise,
Mhm.
I asked from the perspective of a father, but as a mother, when you have a daughter, what is your feeling and intake, and how would you handle something like that to find out that your daughter is a sugar baby?
Ooh, Lord Jesus. One, I don't think I would be able to take it well. I just wouldn't. I'd be calling that man all kind of names.
I know.
I'm just gonna be honest with you. That is my no. I was a baby. He can't do nothing for you but waste your time.
But
He's
mama, he's giving me money. He bought me a car. It's in my name. He's buying me a paying
yourself
for my condo.
no. It's not worth it. I
That's
would
when
tell
the mama come in and said, "That should be me dating him, not you."
Right.
her now to think about it. Yeah. But no, I would tell my daughter, no, don't do it. He's wasting your time. And one day, when he decides to trade you in, all that condo in the car, that's all you're going to have.
Hmm. That's
A
it.
condo that you got to finish paying for because he's going to stop. Or he'll just take it back from you.
Yeah, and see that's another thing. If they happen to break up, does he rightfully have the rights to take everything that he? Because I mean, if you give somebody something, that's a gift.
It is a gift. Now, if she's so dumb and naive and not put the car in her name, then yeah, well, whatever happens, happens.
Yeah, we gotta put the car in my name. I'm sorry, I've been through too much. I didn't learn my lessons. Now, Keisha, what is your intake on that?
I'm sorry, I was ordering food. What was the question?
Saw that. Saw that.
Yeah, well, we asked from the father standpoint from Dwight on how he would handle something like that. Now, as a mother, because you're a single mother like we are,
Hmm.
how would you handle and deal with the fact that if your daughter was to come to you and tell you, "Mama, I got me a sugar daddy."
Well, I'm gonna ask if she got one for me to know. I'm just joking. Um, being that my daughter is grown, you
Mhm.
know, I would ask her, is that what you want to do? Because honestly, at that point, I can only give advice. I wouldn't do it. But being that my daughter grown, she don't live with me. I can tell her not to do it, but she's still gonna want to do it herself. Now, my daughter dating an older man, that wouldn't sit well with me because you
Right.
dating somebody older than me or
Mm,
my age.
right.
So yeah, that would bother me because then I'm gonna ask him what are your intentions? Like, what are you doing?
That
Oh, you
So
part.
already
yeah,
you know
it would bother me.
you know what it's about.
Yeah,
It
that
would
part.
definitely bother me.
Yeah, and I agree because I can honestly say I was raising my son, and I have um I actually had what 4 boys, 1 girl, and it's like I'm protective of all of them, but it's like I guess I was harder on my daughter. But then again, my son said I was kind of hard on him too. But I'm just that mother. Like you're not gonna just do my kids any kind of way. You're not just gonna think you're gonna take advantage, or you just gonna come in and think, oh, we're gonna be friends. No, wrong answer.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Both of my boys have stated that they like older women, like not till you get older. I had friends they had crushes on. Like, we ain't going there, we ain't doing that. You know,
Mm.
but you know, and I could say in my situation as a single mother, I could possibly say like with my daughter is the father figure that's missing. But with my sons, I don't know what it is because mama's here. And mama shows all the love to them and they feel that we have a good bond. So, it's a tricky situation. But like I said, one thing they got to remember is that, baby, you're not gonna be young forever. What do you want? I mean, because you do have these smart women out here. Now, the reason why I'm calling it smart because you have some. He gives her money, she's stacking that up in the bank
It got
She
those right.
better.
Yep. It has
She
those.
better.
because she like, I'm not dumb. I know this ain't gonna last forever. I gotta make sure I'm set. He doesn't know what I'm doing.
Mm-mm.
So as he doing this, she taking half of that each time and putting it in the bank and not touching it.
Mm-hmm.
So when he do give her that boot, she be like, okay, I'm good.
Fine, I'm good.
Yeah.
So you do have those smart ones, but then you have those that be like, when their time expired, they just like, what am I supposed to do? I have nowhere to go. I don't have nowhere to stay. I can't afford this.
They better get 2 sugar daddies. Better yet, get 3 of them.
Now
Follow?
they're past the age of ripeness.
Yeah. When they get older, because now he's tired of her. He wants something like Denise said, something more right, something
You want a
fresh.
brand new car? You want to drive me a brand new car?
The fresh tube of toothpaste, right?
Stick of toothpaste. That's right. All
I,
used up. I give me a fresh stick of toothpaste. Yep.
my. I've never been compared to a tube of toothpaste.
Mm-mm.
Like, damn.
I ain't saying now.
With an empty tube of toothpaste.
What
Like, because I'm sorry, the women now that's in their 50s look younger than the women that's in their 20s.
Mm,
We don't look like the old grandmas no more.
No,
mm,
we don't.
So,
mm. I seen a few spikes. I ain't gonna lie. On TikTok, I seen a few. I'm like,
yeah, those
mm,
young ones, they lifestyle got them looking older than what they are.
Yeah, they're looking older than what they're supposed to look like.
mm.
And then like us being 50,
I'm
people
not
like you
saying
50.
all of them, but a lot of them.
No, a lot of them. A lot of them. Yeah, especially,
Mhm.
people don't realize, when you wear makeup every single day, that ages you.
It does.
And, they don't realize that till later,
Mm.
but to each his own. But, I appreciate y'all tuning in. Me and Denise will be back next Saturday, and we'll be here with Michael Stephen Paul and the cast and crew of Sugar Daddy.
Yeah.
Thank y'all so much for tuning in.